Hey guys, Stella here. It's been about a week since ACEN, and I finally kind of had the time to make a video about, things I did, what I thought, how things, what I did for fun, all that stuff. Obviously, I've been somewhere new. I'm at Sam's house. It's her big, working on cosplay stuff all weekend since her dad has gone fishing. So we actually had the house to ourselves. So I'm really happy because I've got down, down, not that way, that way. I've got patterns started. Some of the patterns are done, so I'm gonna try and cut that out today and try to get that done. So yeah, but ACEN was it was all right. It was a bit more disappointing than I thought it would be, just because ACEN's always been a really fun con for me. But this time around, we weren't actually at a hotel that was like right there. We had a hotel about a mile away at Marriott Suites, which the room was beautiful. Like the rooms were great. Like it was fantastic because we had like a queen bed or something in its own kind of little room with a TV. Then we had like kind of like a living space with a desk and another TV and a sofa bed. Then we had a Murphy bed, which is one of those ones you pull down from the wall, which was really freaking cool. And not only that, but we had three sinks. Three. We had two next to, like, there was the toilet and the shower and the bath, which is all in like one little room. Then the next room with the sliding doors had the closet, mirrors, and then two of the sinks. Then there was another sink outside of the bathroom, kind of in the living area by the Murphy bed, and it was fantastic because it worked out amazingly with all of us because we had about 8 people in there. We had of course Momo and Choice, her friend Allie, and then her sister, her boyfriend, and then two of their other friends. And it was really nice because we all actually kind of got along for the most part, pretty much all weekend. Didn't have any real problems. So it was nice, but it's just a bit, mile walk just there roughly was really rough because I had to go back and change, or I had to eat lunch before, some major events. So we're talking at least walking 3, 4, 5 miles just to the hotel and back, and then walking around the convention because it's a big convention. Basically, it's what I do is I wander. So got there Thursday night. It's actually a nice car ride up. Like, I was a little sleepy, kind of but it was all right. We had a lot of fun just listening to music, talking. I didn't do a lot of talking. I listened to Rebel and Visual Songstress talk a lot, but yeah, it was a nice car ride up. Um, we had some plan changes and whatnot, but that was perfectly fine because we had all day. We went and got our badges, um, which was nice because we made sure that we had them, and we got to look over the panel schedule and everything, so that was nice. And Friday, I spent a lot of time Thursday night staying up, trying to finish Charlie because I had her pants done and I had her undershirt done. I just didn't have the vest completely done, so I tried to whip that together as best I could. Threw it on, went to our panel, which the panel before us ran a couple minutes into our time, so we started 10, 15 minutes late. But, we skipped through some things and we got through it all right. There wasn't that many people there, but considering it was at 10 a.m. on a Friday, that was pretty good. I think last year it was around 11-ish on a Friday, so it wasn't that much different, just not everybody was there or awake. But it was still fun, especially considering we had spent a lot of time Wednesday night kind of just talking about the panel and trying to get things going, trying to figure out things to do. So yeah, that was fun. Um, then after that, I had to walk back to the hotel, drop off my laptop, and it was hot. And when you're covered head to toe in really thick fabric, it is not a very good idea. So I ended up changing into Tifa because I was dying in that outfit. I had sweat through my shirt, and I'm like, I'm done for now. Um, and then I realized we still had to do all of our skit run through and screening, so grabbed Momo, we ran, or we walked, whatever. We went down and did our screening, which they really seemed to like it very well, so it was nice not actually having that much feedback because they gave us a few things to work on, but it wasn't as much as what it has been in the past, so I was really happy about that. Then after that, I just kind of wandered around. Momo had her two League of Legends panels back to back, so I stuck around, helped them get set up and everything, and then I left. And then I basically just spent a lot of time wandering around. I did take some pictures, not a whole lot like I was hoping to, but Friday there's not a whole, like there is people, but there's not as many as Saturday, and there wasn't very many costumes that I actually recognized. Um, so I wandered around, and then we decided we were going to go do the Super Hulock photo shoot. So I ran back, changed back into Charlie after spraying her. Um, did the photo shoot, which was actually a lot of fun. I've done a couple here and there. I think the first one I did was a Italian one, which I was an Asian character, so I I was in the Asian country, so I didn't get to do very many pictures. And then I did the Final Fantasy one at OhioCon last year, which was okay, but whatever. This one was actually a lot of fun. There was this fantastic group of guys cosplaying as Supernatural. There was a Dean, Cass, Bobby, and Lucifer. And the Lucifer's makeup was amazing. Like I hadn't seen an actual Lucifer in person before that had their makeup that good. So I had to say something to him and the girl who did it. But they were fantastic. They were so nice. They were really funny. They were talking to us. We spent a lot of time talking with some of the other Super Hula people too. But the photo shoot was just a lot of fun. Like it was small, but it was a lot of fun, and a lot of people enjoyed the fact that we did LARPing instead of just normal outfits. So it was fun. And then after that, I just went back to the hotel, and I didn't end up leaving after that. I just kind of decided to chill because I was really tired from work yet and the drive up. And usually ACEN's one of those conventions where I usually don't get that much sleep. But having learned this past year, I really need to work on sleeping because otherwise I get really grumpy, and also I tend to get sick afterwards. So I slept a lot that night. But yeah, I mean, it was nice. I slept, and then Saturday we got kind of a late start. I got up, got a shower, did my makeup, sealed it pretty well, and then Momo and I ran to the convention. We were gonna try and make her Sailor Moon shoot, like the big Sailor Moon photo shoot, but we didn't end up making it in time. So we did some pictures on our own, and then we went to the DC photo shoot, which I was in because I was Raven. I was Curse Mark Raven, and that was a lot of fun. It just got really, really hot, and because with Curse Mark Raven, I'm just wearing like basically kind of like body paint. Granted, it was sealed, but it still comes off if you apply pressure behind, like a lot of pressure behind it. And so I ended up leaving right after the Raven and Beast Boy pictures because I'm like, I'm getting really hot. I'm getting really claustrophobic with all these people. I just have to leave. So but I mean, I made it through that, and then after that, I just wandered around by myself for a long time just because I was bored and I wandered the dealers because I didn't get a good chance to go in before. I did buy a Pop Final Leviathan cast because I've been wanting to cast to go with my Dean, and now I have Charlie. So yeah, um, I didn't buy anything else. I just took some business cards and whatnot, but I basically just spent a lot of time just kind of wandering around by myself because Momo was busy. Um, and Visual Songstress was busy with Rebel just doing whatever, so I just kind of wandered. And then I went back to the hotel before the masquerade. I had lunch, helped get Momo ready, and we ran through our skit, and then we went to the masquerade, which I would have to say the masquerade was probably the highlight of the entire convention just because there were so many amazing costumes. Like, there was not a single skit or costume that did not deserve to be there. Like, they were completely outstanding. There were so many good ones. And so, like, that's just kind of what got me really excited. And, like, what I'm trying to kind of find out, like, it's surprising me, especially lately, is that with this skit, I wasn't that nervous. And I don't know why. Like, I was just really chill about it. I'm like, okay, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be awesome. Like, I was really excited, but I wasn't that nervous like I normally would have been. So it was actually really cool because it actually allowed me to enjoy everything because I actually just sit back and just sat back and I did my thing and I went back and I just watched everything and I was laughing and having a good time. So it was really awesome. A lot of the costumes, of course, I don't recognize because I'm very picky about what I watch, but some of the skits before us, like they were so good. Like there was an Elsa that did a quick change, and she was so nice, and just trying to watch her put everything on was really cool. Like how she did it. The I Am the Best skit made me really happy because they actually did know the choreography and they did it very, very well. Normally with K-pop dance skits, there's usually the one person that knows it, and then the others are just kind of there. I've seen a lot just that did not go well. Some of ours included, but they did very, very well. So I was extremely happy. And I was just making Atlee and Momo laugh because I was just in there doing the dance because I know that one. Then there was a Super Smash Brothers skit, which was hilarious, and the group was really, really nice, and they were so sweet. And then there was the Zelda group, which did a really, really good job. Like all the skits and stuff, they were all just really good, and the MCs were great. I was a little disappointed just because Zach and Jim normally do it, and they were there. We saw them. They were running around, but they didn't host it. It was and Sewing is Half the Battle. It was Laura and I cannot remember the lady's name for the life of me. But they did an intro dance sequence for us before, like masquerade got started, and it was so funny. And they did a fantastic job. And like chairs, just chairs. It was fantastic. It was so much fun. And then when that was over, we went back to the hotel. I had to take a shower because of makeup, and I had to get it off. Sunday, I just packed up my shit and I got it loaded into Rebel's car, and then they went to the convention. I left not long after that. I was Aelita, and I had fun because I actually got to meet up with my aunt that I met there last year, or the year before. I think it was 2 years ago. I think I met her 2 years ago. But it was really nice because I got to hang out with her, and her brother actually did Jeremy, so we did some pictures. And then we just kind of wandered. I helped her pick out Starfire Way because she's gonna do Starfire too. Um, so yeah, I got to hang out with them for a while, and then I had to go change for my dance panel, the Girls' Generation dance panel, which that actually went really well too. For some reason, they changed the panel rooms, which I'm perfectly fine with, but they stuck us in a room without chairs for once, which was nice. But they stuck us in a really long, skinny room, which doesn't quite work. So I had to have Momo go and run and be in the crowd trying to dance. And then Rebel was actually kind enough to run my computer and tech, which was fantastic because she was just kind of sitting there chilling because we had to wait till after the panel so we all could go home. So that was so nice of her. And then Visual Songstress was just running around trying to help people too. I mean, it went really, really well for the most part. Um, you could definitely tell I was tired as the panel went on because I started forgetting things. But it went really well. The group was really great. Started off with a lot of people, but again, people had to leave because of budget buses and getting home and stuff because they stuck us at the very tail end of the convention. So, but it was still a lot of fun. Um, yeah, so that's basically what I did. But there are a couple things that I remember that I just think are the funniest things ever. Like when I was Charlie and Tifa, nobody really said much to me or took my picture or anything. When I was Raven, though, oh my goodness, I got quite a few pictures of people. But there was one that just made me laugh and crack up because I'm just walking. I had my camera bag on my hip, trying not to let it touch my makeup, and I had my cloak shoved inside because it was too hot for me to wear it. I didn't want to ruin it with the makeup, which I had already gotten on it from the DC photo shoot anyway, but I didn't want to get any more on it. So I have it shoved in my camera bag. So, I'm carrying my camera and all this shit. And I'm just walking, and this guy is like walking past me. He's just like, he looks me over, he's just like, slay it, and just keeps walking. And I start laughing, and he starts laughing just because, like, it was great. It was just great because no one's ever really told me that before. Um, yeah, and then I met this girl. I was walking I don't know, I was walking through the panel rooms for whatever reason. I think I was just wandering around. And this little girl was like, "Look, Daddy, it's Raven from Teen Titans. There's been a bunch of them around here today." And so then she came up to me and asked for my picture. And we got a picture together. And it was really cute because she was so sweet. And her dad was like, when I sat my stuff down, he's like, "Thank you. I thought you were just going to be like, oh, fine." And I'm like, "No, it's not like that at all." So, I did that. I talked to her for a little bit. It was her first convention. And it was a lot of fun just because she was having a great time, and you could just tell, like, I love meeting people like that are going to their first convention because they're just so excited, and you can just feel it, and it makes you really excited too. So that was a lot of fun. What else was there? Oh, there was one girl when I was Aelita on Sunday. We had all sat down out in the lobby of the convention center because I was overheating. I was carrying my backpack, my laptop in it, and my clothes in it, and I was dying of like heat. So I took my shirt off, because I have the vest kind of shirt, the kimono top, and then I have the undershirt. So I kept the undershirt on and took the top part off. And I was just sitting there, trying to air myself out and just trying to calm down. And this girl comes up to me, and because I'm sitting down, she just puts her hand on my shoulder, and she's like, "I just have to tell you, you're doing a fantastic job. I never thought I would ever see anyone cosplay from Code Lyoko, and you've done it, and you look absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to me." And I'm just like, "Oh, thank you." Like, I'm about ready to cry. And then she's like, "Well, you're welcome." And then walks away. And I'm just like, yeah. And I mean, we got a couple comments like that too, but like, that was the one that I really remember because, I didn't even have like all my costume on. Like, I'd taken off the leg wrap because it wouldn't stay up and I was getting really, really hot. So I took a lot of that stuff off. And, it was cool because we did get quite a few comments like that, especially there was another girl that had come up to me and asked for a picture. And, Jeremy was with me at that time. So we did it. And she's like, I've only ever seen one other Aelita, and she was okay, but I have to say, yours just blows it out of the water. and I've never seen anyone in a like kind of like with a Jeremy or whatever. So she was really happy. And so I mean, it was a lot of fun. I just felt bad because this entire convention I either spent most of my time walking around by myself, so I was me faced, or I spent a lot of time just in the hotel room trying to finish Charlie's Fest or just chilling. But I mean, it was kind of nice though because I only had two panels and they were at the beginning and the end of the convention, so it was nice not having to rush around, especially with being like a mile. It was actually kind of a nice walk because it stretched out your legs, but it was also just very tiring, especially in the heat and the humidity. Excuse me, which is what really, really killed me.